Good morning. Not a bad sleep actually on the track. Not bad at all. Considering the intense angle, not too bad.
Jordan's levelling himself up with a few max tracks upside down. Genius. For your common idiot.
Hey.
Max tracks under the swag, you recommend it?
It was quite good actually. Couldn't feel them. Spikes down, of course. So level the pad up.
Another use for the max track.
Yeah, can't they do?
Well, they can't make coffee, because I'm doing that.
When we first pulled up here late yesterday afternoon, we thought this camp looks horrid. But this morning, as we sit back, coffee in hand, we still agree, this camp is terrible. Like anything though, it has its positives, like rolling straight out of the swag and into low range. And that's exactly what we're going to do.
Beautiful.
Starts with another ripper day.
Gonna be a good day.
Well, we just warmed the cars up, straight into it. Marco's got his tree trunk protector straight on there. We're pretty much boiling the winch out. Haven't even moved since last night's camp. We've got a few different approaches here we can take, but it's just whichever one doesn't have as much rock and trees, and yeah, it's going to be a winch job.
Finish your coffee, start your car, and we're into it. She's a sludge haven, whichever way we look at it here. Sticks and shit in there everywhere, so yeah, it should be interesting.
With border closures and travel restrictions affecting most of 2020, we've finally escaped to the best island Australia has to offer, with just one goal in mind: to drive as many tracks as possible. We are back in Tasmania. What a track! So pull the boots on and throw the swag in, because you're jumping in with us for an epic Tasmanian adventure. Stay tuned, plenty to come in this series. Back to Tassie.
Throw a locker on here.
I don't think I'll have anything there. It might be worth winching before we sink down.
That's a bit more solid than I first thought, but yeah, the second half of this boggle was just slop. We were talking like probably 800 mil down with the stick we were poking in there. Marco's dragging the winch out. Everything is just caked in mud.
Yep.
The old winches are getting the work out on this track, as we knew they would. Have a winch failure on this track and you are pretty well screwed. I literally just drove into this boggle and stopped. I wasn't just going to spin. Marco's still got to come through behind me. I'm sitting up, I'm not in water, so we've got that winch nice and high on that tree, on a fairly decent tree, so here we go. So yeah, hopefully that front, it picks us up a little bit more rather than just in. So we've got to step up to get out of this hole too.
Nick's taken what looks to be a pretty boring approach. He could have hit it at pace in third gear and thrown mud everywhere. It would have looked awesome. But there's a couple things we don't like about that approach. The first thing is we throw a lot of money into these rigs. If we break something, that makes for another expense we just don't need. But more importantly, in this scenario, this track is challenging enough as is. Break something vital out here and it would be near impossible for a single four-wheel drive to recover you.
Yep, good. Yep. That's straight. Yep.
I can drive out of that?
That front left. In a mud hole.
Let's give a winch a break.
Probably. Yeah, stop there, we'll unhook. We just went a little bit higher on this tree for the tree protector, just to give the to pull Nick's patrol up out of the mud rather than through it. But you still have to be careful. You don't want to go too high. The tree gets a lot weaker up there, so obviously your best, if you can, throw it around right at the base where it's the strongest. But yeah, if you've got a good sized tree, put it up a bit to pull you up out of the mud rather than through the mud.
I might need to reposition the winch. Alright, we got him.
You can see here with Nick having 35s, he actually did, I'm surprised he got right to the end here. That was really nice. But his undercarriage just dragging the whole way, which means myself in the Jeep, we won't get that far. It'll just be my undercarriage holding me up, so it'll be winching a bit further.
Definitely better than I thought it was going to be. Not spinning the wheels, just drive in, winch out, rather than spinning. Marco's coming in now, so we'll see if it's the same for him now. I've made a mess.
My turn now, drive in and winch out. The boys have everything ready to go up in the trees, so it takes no time at all before I'm moving forward again. As that winch starts to sound like it's working hard, it finally gets me up and out of the slop. But I'm not in the clear just yet. With ruts, stumps and no traction, We need to move the winch line to get me back on track.
Too slippy.
Marco's just pulling off the backside of the patrol with that final pull. It's just stumps everywhere, like trees have been cut and it's a bloody minefield.
Hang up. You go right, full lock right. Keep it locked, yeah, keep. Yeah, open that down, clear of it.
Actually a little bit easier than I expected. Just wheel placement, having that spotter out front. Jordan guided me through perfectly.
Pretty easy. Battery went a bit flat though, probably from yesterday's winching.
We get caught out sometimes. Even sections of track that appear easygoing are actually pretty difficult. But because it's not as extreme as what we've just been through, we're probably not giving it as much thought as it requires. Here you can see Nick struggle through just a few ruts, whereas I take a slightly different line and have no issues whatsoever.
Entry was fairly well off camber, seems to have a bit of a harder base. Coming up level now. Too bad. I got a tree over here we might need to just deal with, a branch. Might be able to just lift it out the way.
We're getting somewhere.
Or so we thought.
What's going on, Mark?
Don't know, mate. Some kind of engine light. And the beeping is because it's the tyre pressure monitoring system is come back on. I don't know why. Need to find a solution though. Just got a couple fault lights coming up on the dash. The main one is just a tyre pressure monitoring system, which these come factory with, but obviously I don't have the tyre pressure monitoring valves anymore. So you just kind of disable it, but for some reason it's enabled again and just saying check pressures essentially. And that's not why I'm checking the oil. I'm checking the oil because also the oil lights flashed up a couple times on and off, so there's mud on f***ing everything, so filthy. That's what the problem will be.
What do you reckon? Got oil.
I think it's got oil. I think
The sender's got shit in it.
the sensor, the plug, just shit everywhere. Just trying to get a engine scanner to work, to try and give me to see if there are any codes.
Using an app on the iPad, I can log in and scan for any unusual codes, and there's plenty of them. But given a tow truck isn't really going to meet us out here in the middle of nowhere, and the Jeep is still pushing along just fine, we decide to keep moving.
Come up and around that log. Yeah, back to Fracky Mark. And Maxie there?
Yeah. Just come forward slowly. Dead one. That'll do it.
Check the trees. I'm gonna jump in front of it.
Can't just push it over it.
Nice, Jordan. Slow going.
It looks like another flooded section, and with a sharp turn on entry too. So Nick crawls into the murky water, just hoping there's no hidden surprises for him. The big patrol needs to take a few stabs at the corner before it can line up for the next section, where the mud is thicker and much deeper. As Nick hits the wall at the end of the hole, he grabs reverse for another crack. This time, those 35s find enough traction to climb him up.
Yeah! Woo! Oh hell yeah, that was good. That is a hell of a lot sloppier than I thought it was, poking around with the stick, but yeah, we got it. I didn't want to put my front locker on straight away because I knew it was going to be tough for me to get around that corner. So then when I got straight line, well actually I kept going, got stuck right at the end here and then locker on, give it a few berries and happy days.
Although I make it through the mud, the last step up is holding me back, and I can't quite find the traction needed, so the winch is coming back out.
That was my bad. I was parked way too close to the end of the bog hole. He probably would have got it that first crack. Yeah, all good, Marco.
Yeah, a bit tight on the exit there.
Stitched you up there.
Bit of traffic.
Well, you're bound to have casualties or straighten back up.
Tape on
I
that.
literally got out, I didn't even know it happened. Got out to pick up someone else's rubbish and put it in the bin, and with f***ing awning.
I don't want to speak too soon, but we're probably we're a fraction over halfway, I reckon. But it seems like we're over the worst of it.
Seems to get nowhere near as big a bog hole, and we're actually moving consistently for more than 20 metres without having to get out and get a stick out.
Well, but there is still meant to be a crossing still as well, so
Yeah,
that might be.
I feel like we don't want to get too confident.
Oh, the rest is going to be Mickey Mouse.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
Nick might have spoken too soon here. He's barely got the front tyres wet and Jordan's already out fishing for his winch. And winching into the bog hole isn't generally a good sign.
This one took me a bit by surprise. I should have. You on, what do you want?
Jordan struggles to get the line out, but eventually he has it all hooked up out in the jungle somewhere. So once again, Nick can pull the trigger on that winch.
Deep one, this one. There should be water flowing in. Yep, water flowing in. Come on, baby, get out of here.
The exit to this one has a steep angle to it, thanks to a large flat rock, which Nick uses to his advantage to drain the interior. And it doesn't end there either. Now he has a tight climb to get far enough out of the way for me to come through.
So Jordan, you're going to run it out to me, and then I'll grab it, then you go back ready to engage when I yell out.
The boys are all over it now. They're ready to jump into action as soon as I come to a stop.
Jordan, I'll tell you can engage, and then I'll tell you can win.
Once again, Jordan has the tough job of trying to pull out the line. Every time we use these winches, they get spooled back up with an added layer of Tassie.
so you can engage it.
Until I feel that rocky base under the tyres, I'm just letting the winch do all the work. And with a few niggling problems in the Jeep, the last thing I want to do is to push it harder than I need to. One look under the vehicles and you can see why we're winching through a lot of this track. The volume of mud that we're forced to push through is just incredible. As will that fee at the car wash when we're back in civilization.
How's that beeping going, boys? Yeah, okay, I'll take it.
Not that good, eh?
Not that good.
We found it in the book though. To deactivate it, if you find a good flat spot, we need to go 24 kilometres an hour for 20 minutes and it'll turn off.
Are you serious? Should I better...
Yeah.
What if we just get her spinning in the mud?
Yeah, might work. Might be out of fuel by then.
Yeah. Oh well, keep at it.
And that's exactly what we do. We have no idea how far we have to go on this track, or if the Jeep will even make it out of here in one piece. So subscribe to see more, because in track 10, it goes from bad to worse, with a twist that none of us saw coming.
Not drastic.
Nah.